I can't believe that No Nut November still exists. This become like a holiday. And in honor of that holiday, we gonna do a 7 levels of gooning tier list or whatever. The first level, we got the saint, the pastor, the pope, the people who should never be touching themselves because God watching. You made a contract, you signed an oath with God to not touch your penis. And plus, I never want my pastor jacking off. I do not need you putting oils on my forehead right before you put oils on your meat. No, no, sir. And I don't need the Pope touching his pee-pee. Like pastor, Pope, and penis all start with a P, but the first two P's should never touch the place that they pee at, if you understand me. And the thing is, I don't trust a pastor or a pope not to touch their meat. It's human nature. It's man's nature. It's in a man's nature. You telling me you been a pope for 10 years and you ain't touch your penis? Your balls might explode, nigga. Quit lying. Like, and I've seen pastors. I know pastors. I've seen movies on Tubies of pastors fucking hoes. Of pastors hitting the deacon wives. They having whole affairs in the church. They having whole. This is supposed to be God's house. Y'all turned it into a soap opera. And Martin Luther King was a pastor, and he cheated on his wife. So nah, I don't trust these niggas. They supposed to not touch their meat at all. But nope. I don't believe that. I do not believe that at all. Next, the second tier, we got the devil made me do it. The people that are obsessed with religion. Every time that they touch their meat, they get so, what's the word that I'm looking for?
You gotta be ashamed of yourself, nigga. Real talk. You gotta be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, ashamed. I forget that word because I have no shame. But I touch it whenever I want. But these people feel so ashamed that they have to pray to God after they touch their meat. Like, Jesus, I've made a sin. I've touched myself again, and I just want to ask for your forgiveness. I will not do this except maybe next week, but please forgive me then too. Like, these people have such post-nut clarity that they ready to off themselves because they think they messed up. And another people on this tier, the devil made me do it tier. The semen retention people. The people who think holding your nut in will give you superpowers. I fell for this once. I was on semen retention for about a week and I wasn't able to fly. I didn't have no type of superpower. I'm like, man, this shit don't work. Man, not being your meat don't give you superpowers. No super speed, no invisibility, no nothing. So they just lied. Anyone here? Anyone there? Okay. I'm alone. Well, I live alone, but every time I pull my meat out, it always feels like somebody's watching me. But I'm okay now. I can take it out.
I am watching my son.
Who are you?
I am the Heavenly Father.
God? Like, don't you have more important things to watch? Like kids in Africa? The war in Ukraine? Whatever's going on in Israel? Like, can you watch that?
I know all and I see all.
Well, God, I had a bad day and I need to unleash. So unless you turn around, you gonna see some dick, God.
Oh, really? When you die, I'm definitely putting this on the list of sin.
Please forgive me, God. Please forgive me. I promise I won't do this in heaven. Next, we got the old guy. The people who have to do Viagra to even get their meat hard to jack off. Like, this the people in the nursing homes. They trying to do it. They whipping their dick out to their nurses and the people that's taking care of them, but nothing happened. Whenever they try to beat their meat, dust come out. So these are the people in the... My bad, y'all. That's my cousin laughing. But the old man. The people who want to beat their meat, but they meat retired. Next, we got the grown man. Or, I don't jack off because I get pussy. This is the man... He got a full-time job. He busy. He in a relationship. He barely have time to beat his meat. But he probably still do it about 4 times a month. This is where people over the age of 20, 21 probably fall into. or 25. Because if you still beat your meat constantly, I'm not judging you. Because why? I'm not finna judge another man for touching his penis. That's kind of gay. But speaking of jacking off constantly, we got the typical gooner, the virgin. These people are probably still in high school, just discovered porn, and they just going off. Like probably 3 times a day. They on Instagram. Like in this time and age, you can't avoid titties. They're on Instagram, it's on TikTok, you go on Facebook. Facebook has porn now. You can really watch porn on Facebook. This is crazy. Back in my day, I feel like the old man. I feel like I'm in tier 3. But back in my day, I had to go on DirecTV. I had to go to the evil channels and pay for that shit. The evil channels with the disgusting names. The Wild Game Bang Orgy Volume 3. That's what I had to go on. But now you can just find it anywhere. I really feel bad for the teenagers who just now getting into it because it's wild. But the typical version, the one who just going ham. Next, we got level 6, the wild guy. Now, the gooner, the typical virgin, and the wild guy probably jack off at the same rate. Probably 3 times to 4 times a day. But the wild guy is watching some crazy stuff. Now we getting into the stuff like horses. We talking about pegging. We talking about if we check your search history, you going to jail or to the insane asylum. Because what the fuck are you watching? That's the wild guy. Next, we got the public menace. Now, this is the epitome of gooning. This is where we get illegal because you can't even keep your meat out in your house. You can't even keep your jacking off inside the house. You outside doing it out and about. You in the stores beating your meat. You in like nah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the people. Y'all know like that video last year or this year of a dude nutting on a girl's leg. That's public menace. Or the Goonicide dude, the dude who killed himself because he got caught on camera going into what it was a Hooters but a coffee shop. It was like he went to a coffee shop with his meat out where girls was wearing bikinis and he ended up that's too much. That's too much. Y'all try to stick from levels 1 to 6 because 7 is where we getting out of hand. Is where your meat is getting out your hand. But nah, until next time, I'll see y'all later. Love you. Peace.